Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Taurus. So Taurus, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. And okay, so Taurus, your reading today feels like you're dropping into a fairyland type of world, almost like you're stepping into this rabbit hole where actually not stepping into, falling into this Alice in Wonderland type of environment where things, inanimate things seem to have life. And specifically here, there is one symbol that is like this tree of wisdom, and more so, tree of inspiration that is nesting you, that is going to receive you, and it's going to make sure that if you have the sensation like you're falling into a rabbit hole where things seem completely unknown and upside down, and everything is crazy, almost like a dream state that you cannot identify whether this is true or not, because everything feels so real. And also it makes sense to your heart that you are in this place, you are in this wonderland environment, but it's very abrupt. So I feel like there's something that is bracing the impact, or is it's like making sure that your landing is very soft in this environment that is, it's elsewhere. It's kind of like fantasy land, to be honest. But it's a fantasy land that you feel like you belong, or like you feel like you recognize, or perhaps it's like you've had roots there in past lives, so it feels strangely familiar. It's very odd, the sensation that you have, because at first it's like you're falling uncontrollably. It's like you have no control over what is happening, right? As much as we have no control, well, unless you're lucid dreaming, but if you're not lucid dreaming, then you have no control where a dream will take you, right? And I feel like it's good, it's just that it's very strange. It's very strange, right? So let's see where this rabbit hole will take you, Taurus. So we're starting with the Eight of Swords, and it's reversed. And so, this card upright has this upward motion, but upside down, it's talking about this fall. It's talking about this motion downwards. And it's interesting because the next card, which is the Magician, was showing me the rabbit hole. So the way that I was seeing this was just like in the book or in the movie, where Alice falls into that rabbit hole and she is spiraling down, right? It's like this was talking just about like the fast pace, it's like when everything is so non-logical, so beyond reason, that it feels like you have no control over whatever it is that is happening around you. And I feel like it's like the Magician has control over time. It's like the Magician is, in a sense, it's not that it's like a person or an entity. It's more like like physics, or like gravity, or the universal laws that govern reality. This was talking about like it's just like in that movie, right? The most recent movie with Johnny Depp, of Alice in Wonderland, when she falls, she is falling, but her landing is very soft. And I say that because of these two cards, the Five of Cups and the Three of Cups. So these two cards are actually the same image. It's just seen from different perspectives. This is the top view, and this is a front view or a side view. This is, it's like a cushion or some sort of like a mattress, or in the movie, in the recent movie of Alice in Wonderland, which is not so recent, right? It must have been like done in a couple of years ago. Um, it's like a flower or something like that, something that is very soft. And here you are. It's like, this is you, Taurus. This is the side view of this cushion, right? The two cups here on the bottom. And here you are. But I feel like it has to do with the control that this magician has. And it's not control like something that, it's being manipulative. It's not like that. It's like gravity, right? It's like the laws of the universe, and how physics can avoid a crash, can avoid an accident, can avoid that this falling, that this dropping into the unknown is detrimental to your well-being, to your health, to your heart. So I feel like there's something about the spot, right? Because the fives to me are all about, the X that marks the spot. And it's interesting because I'm going to show you the card that is ending your reading today. It's the Five of Pentacles. So this is the original card that was giving me the impression of this X that marks the spot on a map, right? For the treasure, for, whatever it is that you're trying to find, or wherever you want to go. It's like it's being placed, or it's being marked by the Five of Pentacles. But before it becomes something that is materialized, I feel like it's happening almost like in your imagination, or it's happening elsewhere, right? Maybe through your emotions, through your sensations. Because I feel like, we have the mental aspect with the swords, and we have the emotional aspect with the cups. And in the middle, there is this magician that seems to be like the forces of nature, or the forces of reality, the forces of the universe. And it's coming through as like a wormhole, or like a it's not necessarily a dark hole or a black hole. It's more like like is the wormhole the one that supposedly can make you travel through time? Is that my question, right? That is maybe your own question, Taurus. But it feels like, because for some reason this magician has to do with time. It's like they are in control of time, and they can speed up time as well as they can stop time, because the landing to be soft, it's almost like you suddenly levitate. It's like here you're floating, you're not crashing down, right? It's not like this hard impact. It's like this very soft, gentle landing. Those machines where it's like this simulation of how you can float in space, right? It's like that type of landing that I'm seeing here. It's like air coming from below you, but also being the cushion. I know that this is too abstract, Taurus. I apologize for that. It's the image that I'm receiving. And I feel like because it started with, this reversed Eight of Swords, I feel like you're entering a territory where everything feels upside down, where it's like the landscape is so strange. The laws of physics are really, really strange. It's like entering Wonderland. It's like entering this fairy tale type of story, or imaginative and fantasy world, where you don't know where you are, you don't know how this happened. And you know, the interesting thing about the Three of Cups is because to me, this is the card of co-creating from the heart. So in a sense, yes, things are not making sense. Things are defying gravity. Things are just beyond your logical mind can make any sense or can understand what's going on. But because also the magician has the power of manifestation in it, it's almost like this very fine line between manipulation and manifestation, but it's more so towards the manifestation of maybe how the forces of nature manifest and how you participate in it. It's like you, that's the thing, that's the awkward factor, that's the strangeness. You're falling into a rabbit hole that even though you feel like you're completely out of control, you are more in tune with how these forces, how these laws, how the natural environment, how the cosmos is working and is working with you, even though it's almost like this strange familiarity. And I want to say this because of this card, the tree, right? The Ace of Wands, that today to you, Taurus, is coming through as the tree of inspiration. And it's like, yes, it's the tree of wisdom, but most of all is like, it's almost like I'm seeing this as a glowing tree, right? Something that is, you know, catching your eye. It's like the moment that you land in this strange environment, in this dreamscape, in this land where nothing makes sense, but at the same time, you feel in tune, you feel part of it. It's like you feel like you arrived in a place that you belong there. There is this tree that it's kind of like a mentor or a teacher. It's interesting because, you know, sometimes I see the tree as the tree of like the family tree, right? I was going to say the tree of life, but actually I meant to say the family tree. So maybe, you know, your dreams are taking you, or your imagination is taking you to a place where you have ancestors, but maybe not from this lifetime, maybe from another lifetime, and you feel the not the similarity, the familiarity, right? It's like there's something about the it's just strange how you identify this being, which is not a human being, right? It's like a creature of the natural world, a creature of, you know, this particular landscape that feels very out there, feels very dreamy, feels very like a tree that talks, right? It's like that type of strange creature. And because there is like this co-creation aspect that is coming with the Three of Cups, because you have landed in the right place where you're now feeling like, even though you haven't been in this place, you feel like you have. It's like your soul knows, or your spirit knows. It's like your emotions or your sensitivity or your intuition is telling you through this vision of this tree, through the inspiration that this tree, it's almost like she's calling you, right? The tree is calling you, because I feel like you land nearby, but not over the tree, right? The spot that you're landing is not necessarily on top of the tree, but immediately the moment that you know, realize where you've landed, this is the first thing that you see. This is that spark that catches your eyes. And you know, it's just too bright or too enticing to look away or to move in any other direction. It's like you are in a foreign landscape, you are in this out of this world magical fantasy land, right? Wherever this is for you. it feels like, navigating a new landscape in your dream, where the only creature that you feel any type of connection to, which you don't know, it's like you don't know how to explain this. You don't know how this being is attracting you or is talking to you or is connected to you, but you feel compelled to go to them to maybe ask for a question. It's like, being this mentor or this wise consciousness that somehow could inspire you to understand what's going on and explain perhaps how you feel so participant, right, of everything that is going on. It's because you are in this upside down world. The Tower reverse here is talking about the place for the roots, and this is coming through as a cradle, but it's underneath, right? It's underneath the soil. It's underneath this superficial grass layer, right? It's something that is maybe what I'm hearing right now. It's like there's something that is buried, and it's interesting because it's reminding me of a reading that I think it was for you, Taurus, that was talking about unburying something that was hidden, and it had to do with bones, unburying bones from the ground. I can't remember which reading that was, and I don't remember particularly if it was for Taurus, but I'm seeing the same image here with this tower reversed, and I feel like it has to do with, it's almost like the place in which this tree is planted, or the place where she is settling down its own roots. It's like it's void, it's too shallow, or it has room. It's like it's an open door to the roots of this tree. I feel like, whatever teaching or whatever image or explanation that she wants to give you, it has to do with what's underneath. It's not necessarily what's on top of the ground, right? It doesn't have, to do with the treetop per se. It's like this is just the shiny aspect that is going to attract you to her, but the lesson has to do with what is underneath, because it seems like this doorway to the underground or to the underworld, or I'm seeing this as almost like I don't know if you've heard this, Taurus, but interdimensional beings, is that the way to say it? It's like beings that are coming from underneath the earth, right? That are, coming from this the word is coming in Portuguese to me, but I don't know if the right translation in Portuguese is intraterrenos. In English, it would be something like interterraneans, or like creatures that are in caves or in holes, right? It's like this portal that takes you to this rabbit hole. It's like into the earth, right? And when you are in the earth, in this magical landscape, the tree, the inhabitant, the main character that is, there, right, that resides in this upside down fantasyland world, wants you to take even deeper, right, to explore even deeper, because this is the way that I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles ending this reading. Is like the sensation that you had that you would be taken care of, that you would be safe, that you would not fall endlessly, right? Or, you would be free falling forever. It's like you knew that in your heart there would be this soft landing that would catch you, that would serve as this safety net. The sensation of the soft landing is materialized once this familiar being shows you where it's rooted. I don't know what that means, Taurus, and I do apologize if this is too abstract, but it feels like it has something to do with family tree and ancestors and roots and settling down. But as I said, because everything is so upside down, I don't feel like this is necessarily connected to, you know, ancestors from this lifetime. It feels like, you know, finding the graveyard perhaps of ancestors from another lifetime, or identifying as, you know, some sort of inanimate creature being part of your family. And this could be very trippy, I know, but it seems like your sensation in your heart, in your beingness, is that you belong, right? The two fives, the two signals to me that wherever you are, whatever this is, whatever dreamy, imaginative landscape you are entering or you are falling into, it seems like the more you maybe talk to this tree, maybe receive inspiration about the roots, about the foundation, it's like you're going deeper and deeper and deeper, maybe into your own roots, into your own sensation of where you belong, right? Where you belong. So I feel like it ends there, right? It's like, I'm seeing if there is more, but it's not giving anything else. It's like that. It's like the most important thing is this perception that you belong in an environment, in a landscape, in a foreign place, in a completely imaginative, dreamy world, that it really doesn't make sense. It defies every single law of physics. But you feel like you belong. For some reason, you recognize this territory, this underground territory. So I feel like you're settling down in a sense, right? It's like you want to explore these roots. And maybe there is a doorway, right? That is exactly opening for you to explore even deeper, right? So Taurus, I am going to pull more cards for you to see where this strange message goes, and I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.